Good afternoon. Welcome to Midcap Radar. I'm Reema Tendulkar. With me is Sonal Boothra, and these are the top stories that we're tracking this Monday afternoon. Midcaps fall harder than larger peers, down 1%, even as the Nifty breaks below the budget day low of 17,353. The Sensex falls 350 points. Financials buck the trend, with the Nifty bank up nearly 0.5%.
SpiceJet jumps as it gets set to demerge its cargo arm by April 1st and raise 2,500 crore rupees through a QIP.
Paytm gains. Sources tell CNBC-TV18 that Bharti Group was in talks with the company for a stake buy, but the deal fell through as the Paytm management declined to give up management control. The company says it is focused on its organic growth journey.
Emphasis slides after Citi's sell rating on the stock. The brokerage says deal conversion is slowing, adds softness in the mortgage business will continue in the fourth quarter as well. Okay, another day of weakness that we are seeing for the Indian markets. Nifty is down around 140 points. It is below, of course, that budget day low of 17,353 and the 200-day moving average as well of 17,368. There have been attempts of recovery, but that has been sold into as well. The Midcap index falling more than the benchmark. So that index is down about 1.3%. And surprisingly, it's the Bank Nifty which is bucking the trend. And it is not bucking the trend by a smaller margin. It's up 250 points in trade today. And this is the time when we are seeing sharp cuts across the board as well. So 0.6% higher as far as Bank Nifty is concerned. But Reema, inflation fears, they continue to impact our own markets as well. Though for now, it has been a global chatter.
Absolutely. Down for the 7th day in a row. And look at that intraday chart, right? The moves are head spinning in either direction. Yeah. First, it fall to 17,300 when we had breached all our lows. The 200-day moving average breached the budget day low, as Sonal pointed out. But then there was a recovery. The recovery started at 11 a.m. It went on to about 12 p.m. We went to levels of almost 17,400. But that rally got faded, and the Nifty once again tried to get back to that 17,300 mark. So it's still in a very difficult place for our markets. Shrikant Chauhan of Kotak Securities is now with us on the show now. Shrikant, afternoon, and thanks so much for joining in. What have you made of the day's action, the decline over the last 7 days?
Yeah, good afternoon, Reema. I think, the markets are very clearly approaching to the very crucial levels in terms of technicals, because after almost 6 months, the market is approaching to the level of 200 days simple moving average. And whenever we see the market is falling to the same, we see some consolidation before falling further or before rebounding from these levels. If we compare the market of last 10-15 days or 7 days, then it is completely oversold market, and we can expect one rebound in the near term. Also, in terms of retracements, extensions, the market is having support between 17,300 to 200. So I think it's a time we should look for adding some good companies to the short-term portfolio. We can again expect rebound in the near term. Again, we can expect 17,600 or 650 on the high side. That is on the maximum side. We are not expecting market to cross 17,700 so easily. But yes, we can see the rebound to the levels of 17,600 levels.
Okay, that is the levels on the Nifty. What are the individual stocks or trading bets for you, Shrikant?
Yeah, I think, all these mid-cap stocks are again falling to their important support levels, and those which are relatively doing well, we should track or we should look for adding them to the portfolio. We like Mahindra Life, which is currently trading around some 370-75. In the past, when the stock was recovering from the lower levels, we saw huge amount of volumes. So certainly it's a buy at current levels with a target of 420 on the high side. We can keep stop loss somewhere close to 355. And the other stock which we like is from the PSU basket, that is Bank of Baroda, because today we are seeing some relief for all these PSU banks. In that, Bank of Baroda looks good, which is currently trading around some 156, 158. There we are expecting stock to move towards 170, and we can keep stop loss somewhere close to 152.
Thank you very much for that. Let's get to our segment, Midcap Movers. Vivek is here. He's on the big ball, and he's going to take us through the midcaps that are moving around in trade. Vivek.
Well, thank you so much for that. It's another session where you're actually seeing the declines outpace the advance by quite a large margin. It's another very weak session as far as the broader end of the markets are concerned. But a few stocks, that continue to do well despite the overall weakness. Olectra Greentech, now this particular stock is up over 35% in just the last 3 trading sessions on the back of the news development that we saw. RHI Magnesita, been a very volatile session, but in the last 3 to 4 trading sessions, the stock has gained over 7% in just the last 3-4 trading sessions on good volumes as well. Sanofi India, after the management held an analyst meet on February 24th, this particular stock is perked up in today's trading session. Sandur Manganese, after the management actually gave guidance as to increasing the capacity, this particular stock continues to move higher in the session. Stocks that are doing well on the back of very strong volumes. Triveni Turbines today up on very strong volumes. TD Power Systems, it's been a volatile couple of trading sessions, but doing well in today's trading session. Macrotech Developers on Friday, the stock tanked, but today has moved back and on good volumes as well. There's been a recovery from the lows, and Phoenix Mills too today doing quite well in the session. On the other hand, the list of losers is actually quite long. Uflex, continues moving downwards on the back of the income tax rates, and despite the management giving a clarification to the exchanges, this particular stock continues moving lower. Emphasis, on the back of the note that you highlighted earlier, Datamatics, and some of the other stocks include PNC Infra, Pokerna, as well as Mahindra CI, seeing a bit of profit booking, very strong volumes over there as well.
Okay, all right. That's a long list, right? Thank you, Vivek, for getting us up to speed. Those are some mid-cap movers. For now, we'll slip into a short break. On the other side, Dheeraj Singh, the Group CEO of SIS India, will join us to discuss. Welcome back. Still tuned into Midcap Radar on CNBC-TV18. As promised, let's focus on a conversation now. SIS Limited reported record high revenue of about 2,900 crore rupees in the third quarter, and even margins improved. Now, how has Q4 shaped up? Will the double-digit revenue growth sustain? Dheeraj Singh, the Group CEO of the company, is joining us now to discuss the same. Mr. Singh, good afternoon. Thank you so much for joining us. Well, as I said, it has been record high revenues for you in quarter 3. Can you give us a sense of how quarter 4 has shaped up? Has it been better than quarter 3, or are you flat on a quarter-on-quarter basis here?
Good afternoon, Reema and Sonal. Well, it's a little too early to give predictions for quarter 4, but our focus has been on the margins. And as you would have seen in quarter 3, our margins has significantly improved. At a group level, it's gone up from 4% to 4.4% quarter on quarter. In our security business, our mainstay business, from Q4 of FY22, where it was at 3.8% margin, is gone up to 4.9% in Q3. So the summary is that our prime focus is on the margin percentage, and that we see continually improving quarter on quarter. We are working on all fronts, whether it's the contracts, how we sell them, whether it's a gross margin improvement plan or our SG&A plan. And all of these are yielding the results, which we hope they will continue in the next few quarters.
Mr. Singh, afternoon. What could be the extent of margin improvement in Q4?
We hope to get back to pre-COVID levels for India business at about 5.5–6% within a year or so. And it will be sequentially quarter on quarter that it will happen. We are at currently about 4.4%. So yes, we won't be able to give a prediction for a particular quarter, but over a year or two, we will get back to the pre-COVID level of about 6%. If you want to work it backwards, roughly we should expect at least 0.25% every quarter improvement.
This is for the Security Solutions India business that you want to get back to 6% in the next 1 year.
Yes.
And the outlook on margins for the other two businesses, Security Services International and Facilities Management?
Correct. Facility Management has seen a one-time dip in Q3. We hope and we are quite optimistic that it will come back with pre-quarter level in this quarter. Again, over the next 1.5 years, it should reach the pre-COVID level of about 6%. International business has traditionally, it's been at around 4.5 to 5%. And we see that level being achieved over the next 2–3 quarters itself.
Okay, that is on the margins. I wanted to understand monthly deal win run rate was around 21 crore in quarter 3 for India Security versus 24 crore rupees in September and June. Can you just generally tell us this revenue growth that we are talking about? You said you'll not be able to give us a guidance, but how on both the domestic and the facility management and the international services, how are deal wins right now?
Right. So in our India business, in both facility management and security, we grow about 1.5 to 2% month-on-month basis. So it's one of the highest growth businesses on a monthly revenue basis, 1.5 to 2%. If you look at international business, we have traditionally been winning about 15 million Aussie dollars a month-on-month basis. And we see both in India and in abroad these levels being maintained.
Just do stay on, Mr. Singh. With great sadness, we wish to inform you that Ashwini Gujral, he was a very respected stock market chartist, a technical expert. He's been a part of the CNBC-TV18 journey for many, many years now, and he's no more. So it's with great sadness that we bring you this news that Ashwini Gujral, a respected stock market analyst, a technical expert, whose expertise has greatly benefited many of our viewers over the course of so many years, is no more. So condolences to him, his entire family, and he will always be remembered by us, and I'm sure all the viewers who've been a part of CNBC-TV18.
Oh, definitely. And we've seen him through the ups and downs of the markets, through the course of the last couple of years that we have seen our programming as well. So, of course, it's very sad to be actually reporting this news as well. But with great sadness, of course, Ashwini Gujral, he has passed away, and all the condolences to him and his family as well. It's very difficult to switch to the normal conversation after this, but be that as it may, Mr. Singh, we were talking about business updates as well. We wanted to understand what led to this increase in debt as well this time around for you?
This is a one-time increase in debt, and in Q4 you will see it coming back to the earlier levels of about 1.5 to 1.7. This was largely driven by the extraordinary growth that we had in the last quarter, but and the buyback also that happened. But in this Q4, it should come back to the original level of about 1.5 to 1.7.
And in absolute terms, from 990 crore, how much will it come down to?
I won't be able to give you the exact number, but as I said, it will come in that range of 1.5 to 1.7.
Okay. Mr. Singh, we would have loved to chat a little bit more, but out of time. Thank you so much for joining us and giving us that outlook on demand trends, margins as well, and deal wins. That's the word coming in from SIS Limited. The stock has spiked to the day's high after seeing lows of the day today. We'll do one thing. We'll slip into a short break now, and we'll get back with more stock-specific news on the other side.
Welcome back. This is our favorite segment, Midcap Spotlight. We've got Sonia joining in, and she's going to be talking about SpiceJet, its plans to demerger its cargo arm business, and the fundraise. Sonia.
Well, thanks a lot for that. A lot happened in SpiceJet today. Actually, it's a long time coming. You know, SpiceJet has been wanting to restructure its business for a while. And today, the company announced that they have approved the slump sale of their cargo business to their subsidiaries, Spice Express and Logistics. Now, their arm SXPL will issue about 2,556 crores worth of equity shares and debentures to the company for the logistics business. And they will also issue shares on a preferential basis to Carlyle upon conversion of the existing lease liabilities. Now, the benefits of restructuring are plenty according to the company. They said that they will substantially reduce the existing liability of the company, and it will help them in terms of fundraising as well. Now, this entire demerger will be effective April of 2023. They've also approved a debt equity swap with the aircraft lessor Carlyle Aviation Partners, as I said. Now, the company is looking to raise fresh capital of up to 2,500 crores through the QIP route. So through this restructuring, they will be able to go ahead with the fundraising as well. The stock is up about 2.5% right now.
Okay, doing well in a weak market. The stock is also up 15% this month, so good going for SpiceJet. But Mphasis is the one which is declining in trade after Citi's sell rating on the stock. Rima, what does the note say?
Well, for one, they continue to reiterate that there are deals in the pipeline, but converting those deals into revenue is taking longer. So people are taking longer to sign on that dotted line, to ramp up those deals. So they're going slow on that. Two, remember, Mphasis has also been hit for the last many quarters due to its exposure to the mortgage business. So because interest rates have been rising globally, especially in US, mortgage origination business has been on a decline, and Mphasis had a big play in that. Now the overall revenue contribution has come down over the course of the declines that we've seen, but that is likely to remain muted even in Q4. The good part is that in Q4, there will be no furlough, something which had impacted business in Q3. Net, what they are saying is that top line is going to be a function still of the way the mortgage business pans out. On deal pipeline, they're saying it's healthy. The tenure remains the same. We've got a lot of large deals in the pipeline. The deal pipeline is fairly diversified. We've got deals across various verticals, but the sales cycle has increased. Margin guidance has been retained 15.25 to 17%, and the company said that they continue to remain very active on the M&A front. And this is also something that they've been saying. They hired a new person in charge of M&A, so they are going to go the full throttle on M&A. Citi, though, has a sell call on Emphasis because valuations, according to them, at 22 times forward multiple is on the higher side. So it's a sell call, and that call has weighed on Emphasis this morning, and the fact that there is still no recovery in sight or a pickup in their mortgage business.
Okay, so 7% gone in Emphasis today. Thank you, Rima, for all those details. Well, for the markets, there is some recovery from the lows. We have Bank Nifty, which is up 330 points right now. And if we bring up Nifty, ITC is the one which is causing the recovery that we are seeing right now. And we also have Kotak Mahindra Bank, which is off lows. We have something like a Nestle India, SBI. So some of these consumption names and banking names, these are the ones which are supporting the Nifty as we speak at that 17,349 mark. So yes, there is some recovery, but we'll have to see whether we build onto this recovery that we've seen in the last couple of minutes. ITC continues to be a big mover from the lows. That stock has done really well, almost doubled on a YY basis. So that has been providing some support. But for now, we'll step into a short break. Stay tuned, Inside Out, when we return.